We can't call it 996 Sharon 4. Unit update your ticket.
Go now, Mitchell Hammock towards 426. It's going to be black SUV, shut forward on the driver's side. Window, 2 occupants, black male, black female on passenger side.
Anybody with is anybody going to hit?
LEO's 10-4, LEO's 10-4. I believe the driver struck, the driver is hit.
Is there anything on Sharon to take care of?
Need to send a unit there to take care of it. Do not know what the call is about. I had the vehicle attempted to hit me as it approached me with the vehicle. 37, is that you? Are you behind the vehicle? 139, are you behind the vehicle?
42, I'm attempting to catch up with the vehicle approaching King Street.
10-4, vehicle is traveling on Geneva towards King Street.
Where's the last update? King Street towards the high school?
10-4, 426, Geneva, head towards King Street.
Went to vehicle alert self and also advise county.
110 for Patrick County.
10-4, 110, the unit behind the vehicle. Do we know what exactly happened?
42, negative, I saw the vehicle blacked out, traveling at a high rate of speed. Westbound on Mitchell, I got behind it, and it took off at a high rate. Went north on 426.
Give me the unit that's at Sheriff Court. 32, then. Tell me what's going on there.
10-4. Arrived on scene, I started revving the engines without lights on, headed towards 151 in aggressive manner. He gave a couple shots to the driver's side window, and it took off, no lights at all.
10-4, where's the vehicle now?
Alright, I think I lost it. Passed the ball out. All units be advised, we're 10-12 with the unit out here, correction, a male out here at 990 Sharon Court, saying it. They're saying it's a Jason Scott.
10-4, 110 and 142, were you the one that was behind the vehicle?
Yeah, 10-4 is a black Chrysler 4-door.
Did we get the vehicle tag?
Negative, it was blacked out by the time I did a U-turn all around it. It was around 426.
10-4, you lost the vehicle?
Yeah, 10-4. I passed a couple county units and I don't think I saw them come this way.
110 will make sure the county given that description that we had so far about the vehicle.
That's 10 for the 26.
It's going to be a black Chrysler 300. It's going to be occupied 2 times. Driver's side window door had taken shots. It had approximately 8 shots into the window. We have a black female was occupied on the passenger side. Negative description on the driver. 51 110, I'm going to be 51 back to scene.
Got it, that 110 to 142. Let's get you already checked the area.
Negative, find it on there now.
10-4.
Tinted red, tinted out, black windows.
Yeah, we're 33 to 42. Were you able to see if there was a Florida tag?
Negative.
They're 97 in the on read.
139, 60.
Great percent traffic.
1026.
148. That's right. 10 off. Did you advise Whiskey Mike or Bravo Mike? Bravo Mike. So far? First one, India, Sierra, Alpha, India, Alpha, Hotel, Middle Initial, India, Alpha, November, India, Charlie, Kilo, Sierra, Oscar, November, 723, November, Blackmail. Back to 48, my apologies. Was it Isaiah, the first name? We got a lot of background here. 10-4, Isaiah. 1026, thank you.
$51 to 10, you're on scene.
Oviedo. 146. Can you contact Oviedo and CFO advise the situation, make sure they contact us if anybody comes in?
Yeah, Mark.
Kind of request to know if any assistance is needed on sharing.
Yes, not sharing. You know, secure, yeah.
Yes, sir. Most drivers.
If you can have County check Denise and Pondview for a vehicle, and check us. Tell them to check in the backyards.
33 to 802, do you copy that last message on the MCT? Remarks? No, my MCT's not even on. Alright. And for somebody in 330 read is there to get a shot.
Somewhere in 333 read.
330 read out. 1037 Quebec Delta. Copy that tag. I don't know if it's related, but it's a 300.
I want this cut up here. I don't have any tape.
I got some in the back of my car. Box.
That's 10 for contact to 2016 Great Chrysler 4-door. Registered to a Katrina Chantal Alexander, 640 Oviedo.
Yes, I'm still on. I'm getting you a
Yeah, well,
confirmation.
just make note of it. I don't know if it's related. 330 read's going to be closer to 426. What first line are we at?
149.
We know who called.
114.
When I pulled up, I heard this car revving as I approached. He whipped on me and started coming at me. At which time I drew my weapon. He kept on me, so I went ahead and engaged. Kill.
Take action. We hope that it's justified. The grand jury saw otherwise.
That grand jury indicting Officer Matthew Dandler this afternoon for his actions on the job. In early September, Dandler and other Oviedo police officers responded to a call on Sharon Court. Police say they found a suspect in a car, that he revved his engine aggressively while Officer Dandler was in front of the car, and fearing for his life, they say Dandler opened fire. The chief wouldn't say how he felt about the indictment.
It's not a matter of being satisfied or dissatisfied. The process has to occur. We have to rely on the independency of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the State Attorney's Office.
Dandler's had a checkered past with the Oviedo Police Department, the subject of several internal investigations. Fired once for insubordination, but later reinstated. He's now on administrative leave without pay.
The internal investigation and/or the completion of the criminal side will determine his total employment status.
This is the Oviedo Police Department's first officer-involved shooting in more than 30 years. The chief says justice will run its course and the department will keep doing its job.
We keep that trust of the public. that independent investigation, the independent review by the state attorney's office, is all part of that trust factor.
Cop charged after body cam shows him shoot unarmed family and lie about it. Oviedo, Florida. Newly released body camera footage shows the moments leading up to and after a police-involved shooting in Florida. On September 1, 2016, Oviedo police officer Matthew Dandler, 37, discharged his service weapon at least 6 times into a Chrysler 300 occupied by Jason Scott and his wife, an African-American couple. Police were responding to a 911 call around 6 a.m., and according to the footage, approached the Scott's vehicle, at which time the vehicle quickly sped away. Dandler appeared to waste no time in firing his weapon into the car, later radioing dispatch that the driver attempted to run him over with his car. The shooting happened after someone called 911, asking that police be sent to the home of Scott's wife and children. The caller did not explain before hanging up. "The vehicle attempted to hit me," he told the dispatcher as he approached the vehicle. Unless the police department releases an unredacted video, we may never know just how many shots Dandler fired into the vehicle as he attempted to end the lives of its occupants. After further investigation into the shooting, the Florida State Attorney's Office decided to charge Officer Dandler with 2 counts of aggravated battery and 1 count of shooting into an occupied vehicle. The police reported to the news that only 6 shots were fired into the vehicle, but video footage from news crews on the scene during the September investigation reveal 9 bullets may have been fired into the vehicle where the Scotts, 2 unarmed African Americans, were seated attempting to flee the scene. And get away they did, but not without injuries. Jason Scott was shot 3 times, in the arm and the stomach, and his wife Beatrice was injured by flying glass. According to the Orlando Sentinel, Scott fled, drove about 13 miles, then left his car near the State Road 408 and State Road 417 interchange and walked 2 more blocks to see a friend. The friend called paramedics, and Scott was brought to ORMC. He was later arrested and sent to jail. Jason Scott was charged with fleeing and eluding. On December 14, he pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 100 days in jail, time he had already served, writes the Sentinel. Not surprisingly, it wasn't the first time Officer Dandler had been in trouble within his own police department. In 3 years, and on 3 separate occasions, Dandler was the subject of internal investigations. It appears, from his own service records, he had a real problem with authority, and may be suffering from some sort of narcissistic personality complex. According to Orlando's News Channel 6, the records show Dandler was suspended in July 2014 for violations of obedience and safe driving for going 104 miles per hour through Oviedo during an unauthorized pursuit. In March 2015, Dandler was suspended for turning off his camera after pulling over a detective who may have been intoxicated. Dandler allowed the detective to leave and did not immediately report the traffic stop. Image: http://pixel.watch/QUT7. In September 2015, Dandler was terminated for insubordination after pulling over a tree trimmer despite direct orders not to. Records also show he got into a shouting match with a supervisor. In one of those rare occasions where police chiefs actually do their jobs to weed out the bad apple police officers, Chief Jeffrey Chudnow terminated Dandler's employment with the police department but was forced to rehire him after the police union fought for his reinstatement. The police union president Mike Scudero of Coastal Bas/P made the following statement while the officer-involved shooting was taking place by the State Bureau of Investigations. Officer Dandler is awaiting the completion of the investigation with the belief it will show that his shooting was a clean shoot, and that it was justified under the circumstances. We stand by Officer Dandler, as we do all officers when they are faced with making life or death decisions. Officer Dandler has an accomplished history in Oviedo and has never had allegation of unnecessary use of force. We look forward to helping him during this difficult time so that he may return to the job he loves expeditiously. Fortunately, the SPI did not agree with Scudero's assessment and charged the officer with the crimes which nearly killed the Scott family and tragically injured Mr. Scott, whose lawyer, Mike Snure, had a lot to say about the incident. Snure defended his client, stating the video clearly shows his client in no way attempted to hit the officer and was on his side of the road as he sped away. Read more. LAPD shoots and kills man at site of protests against police murder. Less than 24 hours later, critics contend there are only a few bad apples, like Dandler, but his work history and criminal actions may serve to illustrate the system's own failures to terminate the employment of an officer who wouldn't follow the rules, had no respect for authority, and was ultimately protected by his obviously very powerful police officers union. Image. http://wp-content/wp-content/upload/2017/01/reantrum_300x250 text.jpg. You be the judge. Take a look at the video and comment below. Does it appear that Mr. Scott was attempting to hit and injure Officer Dandler? Should Officer Dandler have been allowed to be rehired? Do you think Officer Dandler was justified in discharging his weapon into the Scott's vehicle?